I think, Nick, there might even be a cut now on Jamie Cox's right eye as well.
I think you're right. It's above the eye. Good spot. Well, it's not getting any better, is it? He's had a point off. He's had a very, very stern telling off. He's got 2 cuts. But is he doing enough to actually win this fight? It's certainly not coming easy for Jamie Cox. And it's becoming a real fascinating battle of attrition now, because Cox has hit him with a lot, and Sai has stood there and taken it, and is still looking to try and land decent shots of his own.
Well, it's the old Jamie Cox again, isn't it? Just stand and have a war. He's overpowered 15 of his previous opponents.
Now, where does Mick Williamson turn first? A lot of damage to the face of this fella. He's done miracles with the left eye. What can he do with that cut on the other eye that we can't really see here, because that one looks just as bad as well. That's a nasty one.
Nice and calm and pick your shots. Don't just start climbing all over him. A little bit of think before you do, John.
Cox putting the pressure on. Yeah, some good work here from Jamie Cox. Really went for it, throwing those left hooks and left crosses. There's that left uppercut to the body again, then he switched it upstairs. It was a good attack, sustained pressure from Jamie Cox. Landed a good one at the end there. Yeah, I've just got him a point up at this stage. I think he actually lost that round where he had the point deducted, so it's a 10-8 round for me.
Now let's see if he can keep that left hand above the belt for the second half of this fight. Long, long way to go, and it's been a real draining fight, this one. It's not been an easy night for either of them. Cox has been cut up. Sai has been winded by a lot of shots that have sailed south, and you just wonder if somebody's going to feel this in the later rounds.
What Jamie's got to watch out for now as well, Nick, is when he's in those clinches, he's breaking, he's dropping his right hand. He missed, he's looking for the left hook, and there you go, on cue, as I say. So as he's breaking away, he's got to keep his lead hand up higher. Sai's being more effective now with his left hook, just swinging it, and if your opponent's dropped his lead hand, well, you hit the target.
Sai very watchful, and he knows while he's got him tied up there that he can't do any work.
Have a little bit of boxing from Sai there. He was backed into a corner, but he turned his man very cautiously, very sneakily, and got Jamie Cox back onto the ropes.
That was another
again,
low one. Really,
side of the
it's on the
referee,
blind
though.
side of the referee, and he's lucky he got away with that one. That was borderline. Oh, interesting. Sai happy to stand toe-to-toe with him here.
Yeah. Cox just making a mistake there, just holding his feet. Should be trying to draw his opponent's right hand and then come back with his own left hand.
Well, I'm just interested though, Richie. That's not Sai's game to stand toe-to-toe, but he's having a pretty good spell here with it. I was just wondering if it might have been a sign of tiredness, but he just put a pretty good combination together off the back end of it. Good little spell for the champion. You know, it's Cox that's starting to look a little bit weary. Working the body again, and that was another one that was very close to the line. Decent right hand. Very wild and clubbing, followed up with the left jab. You know, we heard so much about both these fellas' jabs. We haven't seen a lot of them in this fight from either man. We thought the jab might be a weapon.
That's all we're going to do with this kid for 5 rounds. 5 rounds. You can do that in your sleep, Jamie. All the kids got Jamie, Russ. Right? I could go in a fat station one more, but these kids the next 5 rounds going out late, mate.
Keep still, Jamie.
Listen.
Well, Jamie Cox looking a little bit weary and in a bit of trouble for these low punches. He's already had a point off. He's had a serious warning as well, and there's been a few others.
Well, that was blindsided the referee, and he got away with that. But there was a couple more in the round. Oh, look, I mean, that's borderline, if anything, just a little bit below the belt, and the referee being very lenient with Jamie Cox here.
But at what point will Mark Green have to make a decision? I mean, he's already taken a point off. What else can he do if there's another one as blatant as that one that we saw with the point off? What does he do then?
Well, I mean, Jamie, you know, we've said he's skating on thin ice, and he could end up being disqualified. He's really got to watch what he's doing here with these low shots.
Didn't have a very good spell in the second half of that last round, Jamie Cox. Was he taking a breather, or is he starting to feel this? And the signs are at the start of this next round that he might be feeling it a little bit. There's 3 good right hands landed in a row from Saeed. And remember, we're getting close now to where Cox has been. 8 rounds, and that's it. He's never been beyond 8. Saeed has been tested and proved.
And Saeed, remember, as you said, Nick, been the championship distance 3 times, so he's been here before, knows how it feels. It's going to be new territory for Jamie Cox when he moves into that 9th round.
Is this my imagination, Richie, or has some of the flow gone from Cox's work and he's loading up?
Loading up a little bit. He's looking for backhands all the time. He should be working more with his lead hand. Just neglected his boxing a little bit. See, he's landed that backhand there. That was a good shot, but just holding his feet far too long for me.
Caught again. Those right hands from the champion. And he's keeping his work rate up here, Saeed.
There you go. Simple boxing. That was a good, lovely little shot there from Cox. That's what he should be doing.
Another couple of right hands. And there's hardly any defensive work here from Cox. Those right hands landing at will now from Saeed.
Yeah, some good punches here from Saeed. Just stepping in with that shot, that right hand, threw it 3 times there, each one landing.
And it's that cut above the right eye that's starting to open up a little bit again. And Cox doesn't want to be boring in with his head like that, because he's going to come off second best with those cuts all over the place. Not what he needs to be doing, and the work rate has just dropped right off from the man from Swindon, and he's not having a good round here. You'll notice he's not really been attacking the body in this round either. I think he's very conscious of these low blows. He knows he's got to cut them out. And I wonder if mentally that's at the back of his mind a little bit now.
Yeah, I think both boxers as well, feeling the pace a little bit here now. Jamie Cox just trying to get up on his toes. But both boxers feeling it now, starting to get tired.
Yeah, it's a draining fight. It really is. The last 2 or 3 rounds of this fight are going to be a battle of mental toughness as much as anything. This has turned into a right tough battle.
Just a couple of shots there again from Cox. Just a couple that are a little bit too low for me. That one there, just borderline, but just gets caught over the top, doesn't he, with the right hand. He keeps targeting the body and leaving himself open.
4 rounds now, John, right? You did that, you slugged, son. Right? Nothing careless, John. Just make sure you win every round. Right? You're nice.
4 rounds. Doesn't sound like a lot, but when you put in 8 tough rounds, that's a long, long way to go for Jamie Cox. And if Richie's card is to be believed, they go into these last 4 rounds dead level. And who's got the edge in experience over 12? It's the champion, the man in the blue and white. He's been there and done it. This is new territory for Cox, and he's nursing 2 bad cuts and a point deduction and a warning, a stern warning from the referee and from his own corner about his low blows. So it's going to be a real test of his character and his temperament here if he can get through these 4 rounds and do enough to convince the judges that he's a worthy Commonwealth champion.
Well, for the last 3 or 4 rounds, Cox is clearly targeting the body. He's trying to slow his man up. But he's got to start, you know, throwing more headshots, throwing more jabs, more 1-2s.
And look how that cut to the left eye has opened up again.
Oh, cut again, he's opening up for Jamie, and
he's landing really good hard shots here.
Yeah.
Saeed. And Cox is starting to look out of range, a little bit leg weary and a little bit dispirited, and the work rate has dropped right off. Big left hook went in, but it's single punches now from Cox. Look at him try and work some life back into those legs, but he is feeling this. Now, can Saeed find another gear and put this fight away?
Saeed has boxed a very clever fight on his back foot. He's very flat-footed, but he's just been waiting for Jamie Cox. And here again, look, he's just trying to actually feint in there to make Jamie Cox come in. He's waiting for him, and then he's coming back.
Yeah, he may not be the next Azuma Nelson. We weren't expecting that anyway. But